Here are our keywords that we've been using throughout this unit. In today's lesson, we're going to try and review some of these words and look at them in different ways. So today we're going to be recapping variables, inputs, outputs, sequence and selection. Next lesson will be your end of topic assessment and we'll be looking at some revision strategies. Now a sequence of instruction is the order of instructions that take place. Find this page in your workbook and try and put them into some form of sequence. One of our first keywords that we need to learn is output. Now output sends data out of the computer. This might be through a screen. We can see it. When we're using Python, when we print something, that's an output. An input is when we type into the computer or give the computer data. So whenever we have an input, that means that we're typing into the computer and so it's input. So what I want you to do is try and remember this number. We're going to use this number and try and remember it at some point in the lesson. I'm now going to put this on the board for 30 seconds. Try and remember, and we're going to see which item is missing. Can you guess which item was missing? It was a football. Now I've only done that to try and distract you a little bit. Stand up in class if you can remember the number. Now most of you probably won't remember this number, but one student in our class has a secret, and that is we've written the number down and given it to them. Now why was it easy for them to remember it? In the same way that we do, we have problems remembering long numbers. And that's because our memory can't remember them. So in a computer we have these variables where we can store them and come back to them at a later point. So by writing it down and storing that variable, it means we can access it at a later date. In programming, an input, when we put data into the computer, is stored in a variable, that small space in RAM. Remember, we need to give that a name as well. Now, we've put name here, but it could be anything which is one word. We talked about what good variable names were. I'm now going to show you a statement, and I want you to decide whether it's a truth or a lie. Here are the answers. Did you get them all correct? You're now going to create a Python task in Trinket. Your teacher will tell you which one they want you to complete. Please put all your answers into Trinket.